Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Gamer channel. We're going to be continuing our Final Fantasy XIV Dungeon Guide series today, and we're going to be taking a look at the trial dungeon Castrum Marinum. If this video helps you out in any way, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel as it does help me out. In this trial dungeon, you'll be facing an emerald weapon. Emerald Shot will be the tank buster ability that you'll just want to make sure that you're popping a tank cooldown to help reduce some of this damage, as it does hit quite hard. When he begins casting Emerald Beam, he'll also rotate in a certain pattern. While this is happening, he'll also have a circular AoE that will move out into two donut AoEs and explode in a certain pattern. After this first Emerald Beam is complete, then the outside of the platform will fall off, and you will be able to fall off of the platform if you are not careful. Magitech Magnetism will cause 3 bombs to appear on the platform. You'll want to pay attention to which get the symbol above their head. If the symbols are the same, then they will push away from each other, causing the AoEs that are televised to reposition towards the outside of the platform. If the symbols are different, then they will pull towards each other. So depending on if they are the same or different, then you'll want to reposition yourself accordingly. When the boss casts Split, then he'll do a AoE on a side of the platform. So you'll want to position yourself, then the legs will slam down onto the platform, causing a knockback effect. So you'll want to position yourself as close to the blue AoE as possible, while also making sure that you're pointed towards the opposite side of the platform so that you're not knocked off. Then cast Emerald Beam one more time, causing the circular AoE under himself that will proceed out into 2 donut AoEs, while also cutting another portion of the platform off with the rotating beam. When he summons the multiple arms around him, you'll want to move underneath the boss to avoid the donut AoE. Divide at Impura is another tank buster that will also damage random party members. He'll then cast Magitech Magnetism one more time, so you'll again want to identify which of the bombs have the symbols above their heads, and then position yourself either in between them if they have the same symbol, or away from them if they have different ones. At the same time, the boss will cast Pulse Laser 3 times in a row, sending out 3 line AoEs at different party members 3 times in quick succession. I'll then cast Split one more time, this time summoning hands onto the outside of the platform before causing half of the platform to explode. The hands will shoot orbs across the platform that will converge into the center of the platform before crossing to the opposite side. You can stand in between the hands to completely avoid these orbs on the outside of the platform. The legs will then slam back onto the platform again, causing another knockback effect. So make sure that you're positioning yourself close to the landing location. He'll then do another Magitech Magnetism. Before a optimized Ultima, which will do party-wide damage. Followed by another Emerald Shot Tank Buster. And then another optimized Ultima. The transition phase will reset the, so you can use it during phase 1. He'll then start rotating between his split abilities again. As soon as you get the boss down to 1 HP, then he will start transitioning into his second phase. At this time, he'll pull everyone to the outsides of the platform, and your character will not be able to be controlled. You'll then watch a short cutscene. When phase 2 begins, aggro on the boss will reset, so you'll want to rotate the boss away from the group while the rest of the group stays grouped up. He'll follow this up with a Lion AoE on every party member and then a Tank Buster on the tank. So as soon as the Lion AoEs appear onto the platform, you will want to move out of them. He'll follow this up with marking 3 party members with AoEs that will cause a knockback effect, along with 3 AoEs on the opposite side of the platform. The 3 people with AoEs that are going to knock back will want to position themselves in between the circular AoEs so they are not pushed into them. And the rest of the party members will want to stand in line with the circular AoEs so they are not in the knockback effect or in the circles. After this, he'll mark every party member with a cross-shape AoE. You can do one of 2 things here and either run around completely random and just try to find the opening afterwards, but this can be kind of chaotic. Or you can try and group the entire party together, which will cause all the AoEs to overlap, causing the safe zones to be very easy to identify. He'll then summon 3 sets of circular AoEs that will then expand into cross-shaped AoEs. You'll need to pay attention to the pattern that these are dropped onto the platform, as they will then explode in that pattern. So you'll identify the safe zone and reposition yourself in between the explosions into the safe areas as they appear. He'll then cast Legio Phantasmatus. This will cause the emerald weapon to disappear and the Black Wolf's image to appear. Any damage that is done to the Black Wolf's image at the end of the phase will convert into damage done to the emerald weapon, so make sure that you're still doing as much damage as possible here. During this phase, they'll summon multiple sets of Garleans on the outside of the platform that will converge onto one side, causing line AoEs to appear. There will be a gap in each of these lines, so you'll want to identify the gap and position yourself in it, and reposition as the AoEs go off into the new gap. After this is performed twice, then the emerald weapon will appear back on the platform, casting optimized Ultima, causing party-wide damage. I'll then cast Tertius Terminus Et, which will summon the circular AoEs on the outsides of the platform that will expand into the cross-shaped AoEs. So you'll again want to make sure that you're identifying the order that they appear onto the platform so that you can move into the openings appropriately. After this, he'll follow up with the cone AoEs on every party member, along with a tank buster that you'll want to mitigate in some way if possible. And this should be it for Castrum Marinum. I hope this helped everyone out. If it did, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.